I've been listening to you every morning, and the one thing that I'm having a struggle with is source energy. So I know that that is probably the biggest part. And when I'm meditating and trying to get in touch, I feel like I'm not allowing or receiving.
Sometimes the flawed premise that you're beginning from is that I'm not in touch, I'm not in touch, I'm not in touch, I need to get in touch. And what if you were already in touch? What if you are an extension of source energy and you're already in touch?
I guess logically I know that, and I know that
the only thing that could keep you from in the moment resonating with source are thoughts that make you feel uncomfortable when you think them. So if you've had a difficult moment, if there's something going on and your head is full of it, then sometimes it's hard to release those thoughts and allow that sort of neutral place, that non-resistant place where you can begin to perceive source. Because you see, it's not about you connecting with source, you're already connected. It's about you perceiving that you're connected. It's only your perception of your alignment that's ever in question, because the alignment is always there. Source energy is flowing through you. Every cell of your body is a recipient of it. So you are already in connection with source. But sometimes you think thoughts, sometimes people think thoughts of unworthiness, which doesn't let them realize it. Or sometimes they're mad at somebody, which doesn't let them realize it. And it's the reason that we teach quieting your mind. So as you find something to focus upon that isn't much to think about, but distracts you from things you were thinking about, then it's easier for you to perceive your alignment with source. It's just about you realizing it. And really, when you're in the mode of appreciation, you're letting it flow. That feelings of passion, that's really connection to source. And we've been saying to our friends for a while, we would rather see you in a state of appreciation than in a state of meditation, because both hold no resistance and both are in alignment with source. It's just that when you are in appreciation, you're thinking thoughts, you're thinking source-light thoughts, you see. So meditation is a wonderful tool to release resistance. But like all tools, it works better if there's not a lot of resistance to release to begin with. If you get yourself all balled up about something and really worried about something, as a last-ditch effort you sit to meditate, you're not going to be able to quiet your mind, because law of attraction is going to take you there and there and there and there and there, and then you're going to say, source must be out to lunch because source didn't come and get me. Well, it isn't that source was right there for you. You just weren't ready to perceive. And so let's use the word perceive and receive interchangeably for a little while. Your perception and your reception is sort of the same thing. So you can give yourself some advantages by meditating earlier in the day before your thoughts get moving against you, so to speak. Or stay there long enough, applying some effective tools until you are sure that you get there, and then enjoy it. Just enjoy the milking of the sensation of connection. As we've watched so many of you, we've noticed that what works most for most of you is to find something to focus your mind upon. It can be something you're looking at. Sometimes people dangle crystals that are sort of shimmering in the light, and they just focus upon the variety of that. Sometimes people light a candle and they just watch the flame. It sort of just slows your mind down. Esther likes to isolate a sound in a room. And in this room, you could focus upon the wind you can hear coming from the air conditioner. Can you hear that wind? You just focus on that wind. You have to focus on it because there's other things going on, like us talking, someone coughing. There are other things that could distract you. But if you keep bringing your mind back to that wind, not thinking about where it's coming from or what it is, but just listening to the sound of it, that's going to quiet your mind. And so the question is, do you have the ability to focus? Well, the answer is yes, and law of attraction makes sure that things get big enough that they're very compelling to focus upon. But the bigger question, the more important question is, do you have the ability to focus upon what you mean to focus upon? Could you look into a segment of something and focus upon what you want to focus upon? And that's what the value of meditation is. It teaches you focus. You're not going to find that feeling of connection with Source without focusing yourself into it, because most environments are not conducive to that. Most environments have enough unwanted things present in them. You see what we're getting at? It's a very unusual time that any of you could be conditional enough in your life that you could find a point in time or a place in time where everything that you looked at was so perfect that you could just look around and find harmony with Source. You focus yourself into your perception of Source by finding really subtle vibrations. Because sometimes you go too hard into what you want. Sometimes people use meditation to sort of affirm what they want, and without even meaning to, they go over here too far to something that they want that hasn't manifested yet, that they're not ready for, and then they don't let what they are ready for happen. But what you are already, without exception, what you are all ready for is to quiet your mind and allow Source to be within you unrestricted. There is not one of you who is not ready for that, you see. So it's just about non-thought. Now you do that for a little while every day, and what will happen is you'll find that alignment, and then before you know it, you'll think a thought that Source is thinking.